Start with this shit already. Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode of A Fresh Twist. Why do you think start, man? Start off horrible. Oh god, I look. I mean, I don't know if I think my Facebook is a little delayed. I'm not sure. So there's people is be in the room, but we just be like a couple seconds ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, small thing, man, small thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody come in. Oh god, I ain't even put my topic
Yep.
today.
Mm-hmm.
This topic here now, when I was like fixing everything for this topic, I was like, Jesus Christ. This go bring out the worst. Because hopefully I ain't call nobody name.
Yeah, no name calling.
I'll try my best. I'll try my best. Because it's a serious thing, it's a very serious thing. Somebody in show. Good night, Miss Allison. Good night. It's a serious thing, Oh, I hear it.
Yeah, on.
You see what I mean? How it delay? We don't talk that talk already, and it's now
It's
playing
not
it.
going up, yeah.
That's it. Where my PR, Miss Beverly boy? PR. Welcome everybody. Welcome. You guys know how we do. We just chat for a bit before we start. And then we'll be starting soon. Today's a serious topic. Very, very serious topic. With a little shit talking it, but let me tell you now from now, before we start the show from now. If I have a little children watching tonight, there might be parts where you want to cover the ears or just tell them go and play for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
A tad bit.
Mm-hmm. Because you know what might be coming out tonight. I really don't. So welcome everybody. Welcome. She's
Get away.
She know we could see she in the back here. Oh, crawling in the back.
Tell the floor doing the bear crawl.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm funny too bad.
With the whole bear crawl to get some rubber bands. I don't get it.
Oh yes. All right, just give you guys a couple more minutes and then we will start. Get the show rolling. Let me put this on mute because Jesus Christ. I'm really excited for tonight's topic, man. I'm very excited about this. I think this is a necessary thing to have a conversation about.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Most
necessary.
definitely.
Yeah, because we just brush past it.
Yeah.
We just brush past it. Because we ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I'm well rested. So I'm ready for tonight. I'm very well rested. All right, so we're 4 minutes in, guys. We're about to start the show. Welcome to everybody that just tuned in. Thank you guys for tuning in as well. And you know how I do. Let's start the show. guys, welcome back to another episode of A Fresh Twist podcast. My name is JC and I have Shelly Ann with me.
Hi, everyone. Good night.
All right, we're about to turn up tonight. So tonight is going to be a different setting. And I don't know if you guys paid attention to how I've been doing this season. I just been chilling and just relaxing. Christmas is coming. We don't want to be just want to chill and have some fun before Christmas come because it's a new year and new things are happening. So yeah, we just want to chill and have some fun. Girls just want to have fun. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And before I start, I do want to apologize to you guys for canceling last week's episode. I haven't been well. I've been fighting a little cold and cough, but as you guys can tell, I'm still a little stuffy. But I'm doing much better. I'm well rested. I'm starting back eating and everything. So I'm ready for tonight. I'm literally ready for tonight. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let's start, man. Shelly, by the way, I must say, we are a great team on here. Great team. And I'm loving it.
Yeah. Every minute of it. I'm
All right. All right, guys. So topic tonight is honesty the best policy? I want to know what you guys think about it, how you feel about it. Is it the best policy for you, or do you have different views on it? Let me know. We'll read it while we talk. We'll read it. So, what do you feel, Shalian? Is honesty the best policy for you?
in some aspects, honesty is the best policy. It just depends on who you're dealing with. People
Mm,
can't. Some people cannot take people's honesty. They rather that they ask for it, but then they can't take it.
that
But
is facts.
you know, and so it's just some people you just can't be honest with them. You cannot. It just
Yeah,
depends on the situation.
that
Like like relationships.
that is a big thing. You see
Some
that?
relationships you can't. You have to know the individual you're dealing with
Mm-hmm.
to be very honest with them.
Yeah. I think to me, I think you know how they're saying there's a time and place for everything. There's a time and place for honesty as well. Because
Yes.
sometimes like you said, not everybody is capable of taking honesty or dealing with honesty. They tend to brush it off or say you're very mean or you're harsh or you're there's call it all different type of things when you be
Hmm.
absolutely honest with them. So some people like when you're kind of like well, yeah, you sugarcoat it in a sense. When you sugarcoat the issue, some people could only deal with sugarcoating issues. And that's okay in their book. But then again, on the other side with honesty is that when you are brutally honest, I feel like you tend to say more than you need to.
Yeah, again, for me, it's like who it's the person that you're dealing with, the individual. Some
Yeah.
people you just can't tell everything to, and some people you could just be yourself, your authentic self with them, and it's like, all right, cool, I understand. But some
Yeah.
people you can't do that.
Yeah. Brill, my sister Brill,
Mm.
she's very honest. Brill is very brutally honest. And she has been this way since a child. And I saw her break down people because she was so honest about situations and people take it to heart.
Mhm.
And she don't care. She don't care who it is. She don't care what relationship she have with them. She do not care. She tells
Right.
you as is, and you have to deal with that.
Mhm.
And that's just her personality, But then some people don't have that personality, like me. I sometimes will try to sugarcoat that shit. I wouldn't tell you all the time, like, or I would drop it soft, like, you could just try so.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hit you just so.
Oh no.
But when you say in relationships, I have a thing we just do in our home where I will ask certain questions and he would turn around and ask me like, which one you want, the truth or do you want me to spare your feelings?
No, I want the truth. I don't spare my feelings. Tell me.
Sometimes I can't handle that truth. Them Gemini's different. Them Gemini's is different. Different.
For
Different.
for me is like for me, I am very, one thing my sisters and they know about me is that I am very blunt and I will say it as it is. I'm
Mm,
not sugarcoating nothing for nobody. I'm not doing
true.
that. You did something, you say something, you act some type of way, you are a type of person, you don't whatever.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And my whole thing is this: if I can't tell you in your face, I'm not
Mm,
gonna go tell it to nobody else.
true.
Because if I could say it to you, I could say it anywhere else.
True. True.
But
And then you have honesty on a different level. Because this is something that I've been struggling with myself. Is bluntness honesty, or is it just some people take it as I could just say whatever I want, whether it's honest or not.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So is honesty linked to being blunt, or is it just being mean?
I, I wouldn't say it's being mean. It just, like, again, it all depends on the person that you're dealing with, or the person that you're having this conversation with or opening up to.
Mm.
If like, it's like me and you, we're tight, like
Mhm.
a wheel and a wheel nut,
Yeah.
right? We're tight. And I can pick up the phone and say, girl, you know XYZ, and you can be very honest with me and say, yeah, you know what? You did XYZ and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And and I will turn around and say, you know what? I did see me do XYZ, and I am
Mm.
aware. And I know I am grateful for you saying it to me.
Yeah.
Somebody else you can't do that with.
Yeah.
It all depends on the individuals that you're dealing with. Some
Mm.
people just, you could be blunt with me about something, and I feel no way about it because I already know how we communicate.
Communicate.
And so for somebody else, it's a whole different thing. They're gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh, she came at me this way, so I'm not gonna say nothing to her no more. I don't want no conversation.
Yeah. Do you think that sometimes some people just use honesty as a form of manipulation too?
Yes.
Like they try to manipulate you with honesty
Mm-hmm. Get what they want, when they want it, how they want it.
and saying, just give me, or just always be honest with you. So,
Yeah, let me just be honest with you. And they're not being honest. They are not being honest. They are being very dishonest and
exactly.
lying through their teeth.
That is so true because there are some people who like to put off, like, no, I just tell it straight up to your face, but behind the, behind closed doors or when you're not present, they in the back shushing about you and lying or creating stories that isn't true about you, but then coming and smiling in your face, like, no, I never said, you know what I mean? So just to kind of like hold that person in their grip to say,
Yes.
like, yeah, but I've always been honest with you. I always tell you everything, but no, you haven't.
No, you haven't. Yeah.
You haven't.
You have
And
been always lying.
Ex-
About that. You have been always lying.
exactly. And that's some kind of friendship relationship. Some people have friendship relationships like that where
Like that. Yeah.
they manipulate people by saying,
Hmm.
I'm being honest with you and I'm being honest with you. But what about that in you brought up relationships? What about like sexual relationships or dating relationships?
What for me? I'm just gonna be, real.
Mm-hmm.
Me, the Shelly that's dating somebody, I'm going to be very honest with you. Like, sir, I ain't got time for your bull crap. Okay? If it's, jamming you come for, let me know,
Say that.
because you're not about to sit here and waste my time. I don't want to hear
Yeah.
all this bull and jazz that you have to say to get
Yeah.
to where you feel you need to get. Let
Yeah.
me shorten the train ride for you. What it is you want. If you can't be honest as a man, step one. I
True.
don't have time for it. You're wasting my time. Most men feel that in order to have something with a woman, you have to come and, do all this lie and,
Make
oh,
up a
I'm
story.
single and I'm not with anybody, and, well, I saw you with XYZ the other day. No, that's just my friend. We're not together. So why are you lying?
Mm-hmm.
Why? But
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad I don't have that part of my life. Thank you, Jesus.
Go
Won't he?
ahead and make me choke on my damn drink.
We do it.
But that's true because even in my past as well, I had a lot of guys tell me certain things. They was telling me like, no, man, I don't. I remember one time I was dating this person and this person was full married, and I get to find out, but by seeing a male in the person home that came, and I was like, wait, hold up. Why
Yeah.
do you have two people name on this? He was like, oh well, I just did this for, papers or whatever. I was like, we're not
Mhm.
about to do this because it was simple. I asked from the very beginning, did you or are you? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Are you?
A
Because I
lot.
know I'm not gonna put myself in a situation like that where anybody could have me out there like, you know what I mean? No, you're not gonna do that.
It's
And
like
it's
give
just
me the benefit
be
of the doubt.
honest. If it's just a fling you wanted, say that was
Yeah,
it. Say that is what you wanted. Say that is
exactly.
what you wanted. But you don't have to come and create lies to do that. And that's what I was saying. Be trying to be honest in their way to
Mhm.
manipulate somebody to get them to do what they want them to do.
Yeah,
And that's a lot of things that happens a lot in relationships.
a lot.
A
Yeah.
lot in relationships. That's messed to me. That's a messed up situation. But what
Mhm.
about that situation? We're gonna get ranchy here, guys. We're gonna get ranchy here.
Let me take a
What
drink.
about that situation like you bounce up a man, or you're with this man, and
Mhm.
you little big lick small and thing, and it's not your flavor.
The flavor to savor, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's not your flavor. How would you deal with that situation? Would you be honest in that situation or not?
Well, when I was in my 20s, right? Like in my early 20s, like
He's dropping
22-ish,
tea right now. Fill my
23-ish,
cup.
22, 23-ish. Um, I had this guy, I had known him from back home in Trinidad. He lived over here. So, you meet somebody over here, it's like, hey, da, da, da. It's like, oh, let me take you out. I said, hey, I'm all the way in Jersey. He was like, that's okay. I'll come get you then. I said, no, I'll come to New York because, how often do I go?
Uh-huh.
So I go over there. He give me his address. I go over there, meet him. We go have movie. We went to the movies and all this stuff. So this is the weekend, right? Lord Jesus knows. I never looked at this guy this way, number one. I never looked at this man this way. I looked at him like if he was my friend. So it's like, okay, I'm not thinking anything. So we go over to his house and he says, oh, I'm gonna, after we finish our movies and stuff and come back over to his house. Girl, this man gonna go take a shower and call in his bathroom. When I tell you newborn baby vibes, I was like, I had an instant headache, a belly pain, everything. I was like, I gotta go back home. I'm not feeling well. Like that thing just blocked me off. I'm like, oh my god, this is why he don't have no girlfriend. And
But were you honest with him in that moment and be
I
like,
couldn't
wait,
say anything. I was in so much shock. Like I was like, wait a minute, what is this? It was horrible. I felt for him. I really did. I
so
felt
in
for him.
situations like that, you would
Like
choose like not to be
I
honest?
wouldn't tell him because that's me taking away from his quote unquote manhood. Like I don't wanna be that person. No. Mm-mm.
I would tell them,
Nah.
I I would. I would, and if the name of the show is honesty is honesty the
I'm
best
telling you,
policy,
I ain't
yeah,
saying
I would be
mm-mm.
honest.
I ain't they
I
got
did.
you know what I'm gonna tell a man something about down there? When he really gotta push me to the limit for me to come and say, something like he really gotta get me in that bitch mood, and then I will let him have it. But
I
nah.
am saying it. I am telling you straight up, like, bro, listen, that ain't working.
I saw that thing. I almost died. I said, "Wait a minute
I'd be
now,
like, no, I can't do it. Unfortunately,
where?
this is
Where
not
is you
gonna
going
happen
with this?
today.
You
And if
gotta
you
use
ask
your mouth
why,
the whole time."
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because I'm not. No,
Remember those days I was in my 20s, like 22, 23 years old. I'm young. So for me, it's like, oh my God, I'm not telling him nothing because I don't know if he going to turn into a killer. He might kill me in that house. I got to go back to Jersey.
I don't know. I just different. I would something like that, especially if you want to build a relationship with somebody, I'll definitely tell you. But now that we are two married women, right? We are two
Yeah.
married women.
Mm-hmm.
And in your marriage now, do you find yourself like, I don't want to bust real secrets, but you know what I mean? Because I find myself in a situation where, um, all right, let me be honest here now. Let me be honest. So I like to shop. I
Mm.
love to, I see it, I like it, I buy it. That's
Yes.
my philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in the US, I had space to store all these different things because US, we have big places.
You like,
We have big spaces, we
yeah.
have big closets. But in the UK, moving in the UK, things, you do have to downsize a bit because it's not as big. And IKEA makes sense when you come to England.
Mm-hmm.
So now, when I go shopping and stuff, I just sneak in bags. I really do, and I just
Yeah.
hide them.
Mm-hmm.
And he will ask like, "Oh, what you do today?" And I'll be like, "Oh no, just chill, just relax and stuff." That time I know I was shopping, and I then stuck this thing in the back, and then a week or two later, I pulling it out like it's always been there, and he'd be like, "Oh, where that came from?" I was like, "Oh my god, that was always there. I always had these boots. It was inside."
We all do it. I am guilty of that. I do that too. I do
See,
it too. Like for
like in
instance,
situations like that, would you find yourself being honest because you don't want to? You feel like that would break trust, or
well, I wouldn't say it will break trust. Sometimes I am honest. Like if a question is like, where did you get this? I'll be like, oh, I just bought that yesterday, and then I'll get this look like, what?
yeah, it's it look like I
like
know you didn't.
like what? Yeah, I just bought that yesterday, and then that'll be it. And he'll just shake his head like, I keep telling you, when we move out of here, I'm not helping you pack nothing. Okay. So yeah, we all do it. We as women, we all do it. We see nice things, especially if we like nice things, we're gonna buy it. There's no
Yeah,
going around
true,
it.
true.
I
But I
don't.
have some scenarios that I do want to go through tonight, right?
Mhm.
And let me just make sure everything working. So let me say, for example, work environment.
Hmm.
How honest would you be in your work environment?
100% honest. Them
Would
fools don't
you,
like me, so I'm gonna be honest. Uh
Lord God? No, because sometimes you go into work and you don't trust people and you don't really know them. So you don't know what details to share with them on work. So how would you deal with that? Would you still just be like, well, this is why I did, this is why I did, or would you be more selective with the information that you share?
huh. I will be selective. Like, for instance, me. I worked at the police department doing dispatch, and I go to work and I go to work to do my work.
Mm,
There's no I could check on my hand how many other dispatchers and officers that I can pick up the phone and say, hey, what's up?
yeah,
I have no conversation because I don't trust people. And where there's a bunch of women, there's a bunch of bacchanal. There's a bunch of confusion.
yeah.
And guess who's not dealing with it? I'm not, because I'm gonna curse you right out on the clock, on the time. I
Mm.
will. So the less you know about me,
The better it is.
the better for me. And
Yeah.
that's how I kept it at work. You don't
Yeah, I
know nothing.
think
You
that's the
come to
best
work.
policy.
Yeah, you come to work. You don't say anything. You do your job and you leave. That's it. I don't have to tell you anything. You don't have to say anything to me more than good afternoon, good night.
Yeah.
That's it.
And why somebody come and tell you, because it is always have gossip going around, and then
Hmm.
somebody come and tell you something like, "Oh, I hear you say this to this person." Would you be honest and say, "Well, yeah, I said that," or no, because you're just trying to like limit the information or the things that you say.
Oh no. I remember, I could recall a specific night, one of the dispatchers, I guess they was trying to reach out to her to see she was coming to work. But when I got to work, the one another dispatcher that was there was like, oh, this person got COVID and they're not coming to work. So I sat there and I listened. I said nothing. It had nothing to do with me. I'm not getting involved. The person who was talking went out the room, called the dispatcher and said, oh, everybody in there is saying that you have COVID. The girl comes to work and starts, all you mother effers got my phone number and y'all could have called me and say something. Y'all in here talking about me. And I'm like, girl, I forgot who I was and the way I was in a tape room. I got up off my chair. I say, first of all, who the F is you talking to? Who are you talking to? I said, no. I said, I came to work. She said XYZ. Don't put me in whatever it is you guys have going on. I don't do that. I come to work, I do what I got to do, and I leave. The person who said it, she just sat right down smooth on her chair, and she never got up. She just sat there. I didn't speak to her for 2 weeks on work just because of that. She didn't get a good afternoon. She didn't get a good night. Don't do that.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, that things like that happen because you don't know who would spread what and what will spread who. Because for me, I've always been, for the most recent times, I've always been a manager. And you know, some things people want to get close to you and they want to know who you are, and then you're hearing all the gossip and everything that's coming around. And then sometimes you have your higher heads who would tell you, like, go and talk to this person, and it's the truth. But I had to learn to kind of like not be so brutally honest because it could affect somebody's work.
Yes.
You know, their ability to do their job. So sometimes you have to kind of like dial it down. And even with coworkers, like your coworkers or even your staff, you cannot tell them everything about yourself.
No, you cannot. You cannot tell
So
people.
even if you have to like make up a story about who you were and who you are and all these different type of stuff just to keep them talking about nonsense.
My
so that
story
they
is I'm a
don't know
superhero.
your identity, kind of.
My story is I'm a superhero. Okay? I'm a superhero. I came back to life. I'm a superhero.
Lord Jesus Christ. Yeah, but sometimes I think you do have to tell white lies to protect yourself.
To protect yourself.
And this is not just with co-workers, this is with friends, this could be with family. This could be with a lot of people. Even
everybody.
In relationships, you have to learn to tell a little white lie. I mean, you just want to say like, oh yeah, I'm in a marriage or in a relationship and I want to be completely honest. But there are things you would do that could hurt or potentially hurt somebody's feeling, or somebody could take it the wrong way even though you had good intentions.
Yes.
So you have to tell a little white lie to kind of like suit the situation.
Yep.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. And you're right. We all do it.
I know. And that, you see, that way you just said there, that's a big thing. We all do it.
We all do it.
We all do it, but we all lie to ourselves about it.
Yep. Yes.
That is a big thing. I think recently, well, I just tell a little story about me shopping, right? And having space and trying to fix that. So, a couple weeks ago, or a week ago, I had to really be honest with myself and get rid of clothes. Yeah. Because I give away clothes earlier on in the year, but I still have a bunch of clothes that are just there. Shelly, when I tell you, I literally take out all my clothes, and I was just like, you know, I'm not going to wear it. And then there's this little lie that is coming ahead like, oh, well,
you need this
outfit. Yeah, you need this. Because you can wear with that outfit. And I have to be like, no, I'm no longer going to lie to myself, because then I'm doing two things. I'm opening the door for somebody to lie to me, and I'm also being hypocritical by asking another person to be honest to me if I can't even be honest with myself.
Correct. I feel like I'm having a deja vu, because this is exactly what is going on with me. So, you know, COVID came, the accident came and happened, and you know, I had the surgery and I can't really do the things that I used to do before when it comes to exercise. Anybody who knows me know I'll go do 4 miles
Always in the
run and
gym.
come back in 30 minutes and I'm fine. And before we moved into this house, when I had my apartment, before we bought our house, I had so much stuff in like clothes, like five. I'm so embarrassed to say, 5 tubs, them big tubs from my Walmart. I had 5 of those filled with clothes.
Wow.
Some of them, the tags is still on it. I have never worn. Okay, I have gained weight, so it can't even fit. I went down in my basement. No, I moved those things from my apartment into my house, moved them into the basement.
Mm-hmm.
My husband says to me, he says, "Why do you need all those clothes?" I said, "Because I have places to go." Places where?
This kid.
Where do I have to go? I'm not going anywhere.
Exactly.
I my base and I decided, I said, you know what, Shelly, it's time to take all these clothes. And as soon as I'm taking them out and I'm handing them to my sister, says, "Oh, this is nice. This is nice. This is nice." I'm like, shit, I shouldn't give her that. I could lose weight and fit that back. And and all the tags is on it. She's like, "Oh, you never wore this. The tag is on it." I was like, yeah, the whole container. Everything is new.
Exactly. And you have to be
He is
honest.
having a field day with it. Like, and I'm like, you don't need this. You know,
Mhm.
there's this one thing that tells you you don't need this. Why are
Yep.
you holding on to stuff that you saw it, you already passed that time, just let it go.
Exactly.
I just was like, wow, no.
And people don't understand how big of a deal that is because, and I was telling my dad this, like, the easiest person to lie is us to
Mhm.
ourselves. The
Yeah.
easiest, it's so crazy how we could just lie to
Lie.
ourselves. Like, listen, for example, let me just build a scenario. You know you are a drama queen.
Mhm.
Listen, I know I am a drama queen. The slightest thing, I will exaggerate it. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
know, we both drama queens. The
Yes.
slightest thing, we will exaggerate it
Battery.
and
Mhm.
create a whole drama. But when you sit down with yourself, when you sit down with yourself and you're like, that's not my fault. I never do none of that. And that's you lying to yourself. So you call somebody else and you're like, here, that's not blah, blah, blah. And you make up your whole story and you exaggerate it even more. And
Yeah.
then that person come now and they're like, yeah, girl, take,
Yeah.
and they hype you up on that scene, on that whole lie that you just created for yourself. And whole time you was the problem.
Yeah.
You was
Mhm.
the drama. You created it
The whole issue. Yeah.
because we had that conversation with ourselves. Like, no, I didn't. This is what this person do, and that person pissed me off.
Yeah.
And at no point in time we don't stop and say,
You don't
wait,
step back. Yeah.
how? Let me be honest with myself. How have I contributed to this?
Mm-hmm.
What did I actually do? Is the situation even that bad to where I needed to react that way? You know
Exactly.
what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
you
so
you think.
easy for us to lie to ourselves. And that's a habit that we really have to try breaking out of. It's difficult. It's difficult because then you get to find out who you really are.
Oh, wait, let me interject. Good night.
Drama.
Good night to everybody. Good night, Miss Liza. Good night, Brent. Good night, Auntie Bev. Sharon, please stop it. I am the drama queen. Hello. Do you see it?
We all are. We all are in some
Thank
way.
you.
Seriously, we all are drama queens in some way or shape or form.
Yeah.
And this is a big thing too where we lie to ourselves. You see, when we make a mistake
Mm-hmm.
and we don't want to own up to that mistake, we start blaming
Accountability for what we have done.
yeah, you'll be like, that nothing. Yeah,
Yeah, I
where you
nothing.
go
But
at it like, I never do that.
then it bothers you. It bothers you. Yes. It bothers you
And
after.
you
Yes.
don't like, I did that shit. I didn't mean to, but I did that. And you have to face that reality.
Mm-hmm.
You sometimes we really have to face that and we have to be honest with ourselves and say, you know what? Yeah, I messed up. I made some bad choices. I have made some bad choices in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I made them because I wasn't thinking clearly. I was thinking, I was lying to myself the whole
So
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm in a different space. I'm in a different light. I could move forward and be honest. Because it
Yeah.
has some grown people. Sorry, guys. I only know how to talk truth, and when I start to talk, it just come out. It has some grown ass people. Grown ass people. And when I talk grown, very mature people who
Mm-hmm.
still just lie to themselves about things all the time.
All the time.
Anyways, I was
All
going
the
to say
time.
something, but I go wash my mouth.
Huh?
Because my mother listening, so I wouldn't say what I want to say and I go stir up a little piece of drama because
No, it is that way. It is.
yeah.
People, we, me and you, I could say me and you, we both have made mistakes in our life. We've done some things that we're not proud of, but guess what? It made us who we are,
Mm-hmm.
and that's our story. And
And you can be honest about it. And that's
yeah,
the thing, because some people that will be like, yeah, but
and that's something that we can't say to everybody.
exactly.
There comes the judgment with, I mean, I don't care about the judging, but people just win.
I
People
think
just
you see
win.
that's the thing. Everybody going around, and I find it very hypocritical. Everybody going around talking about, oh, you need to tell me the truth. I deserve you to tell me the truth. I want you to
Mhm.
tell me the truth. And you not telling yourself the truth. But you're
Exactly.
so pissed off when somebody else lied to you. You're
Yep.
so pissed off and so demanding of this thing that you can't even give yourself. My mother always tell me something. She said, the easiest, and I just say it inside this house. I write it down so I can remember to say this.
Hmm.
The easiest thing to do is to see somebody else. Once you're not in front of a mirror, you cannot see yourself.
Yep. All right, Auntie Beverly, I'm be calling you for some lines,
No,
okay?
it's the easiest thing to do. It's very, very easy to demand somebody to be a particular way, to demand somebody to tell you the truth. Oh, I want the truth. But can you really handle the truth too?
Yes.
One, can you handle the truth? Two, if you were told the truth, would you believe it?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're constantly lying to yourself about you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you capable of accepting someone else's truth if it
True.
isn't what
Mm-hmm.
you wanted to hear?
Exactly. Some people don't want to hear the truth. Some people want to hear that lie because like it comforts them.
Exactly.
Be honest to me. Tell me, so at least you're giving me the opportunity to know what I'm dealing with, what situation
Exactly.
I'm coming into, what I'm getting myself involved. Tell me. Don't not tell me. When you don't tell me, that's when I turn into this whole monster,
Exactly. And you want to know why.
and I can turn into that monster quick. You
And
know.
another thing too that in our community that we don't deal with. You and I came from this exact community, so you know exactly what I'm about to talk about right now.
Hmm.
These predators that we constantly protect in the community
Hmm.
because we don't want to be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
And they continue to hurt young girls in our community
Yeah.
because we cannot be honest with ourselves.
Ourselves. Hmm.
Now, this is a very touchy subject for me, and I was really contemplating about it. But I think this is where honesty needs to come into play.
Hmm.
If you guys know somebody who does interfere with people's children, or you know there's a sexual predator, please stop protecting them. Stop it.
Not just protecting them, it's like
Stop lying about
your
it.
child come and tell you, hey mommy, this person did XYZ. Oh, you're lying. What?
Exactly.
That right there.
Or police come and you're telling the police, no, he ain't do nothing, knowing fully well that
Well,
person was
the person did
interfering with the
something.
children.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Why are we doing that? And this is why I just go back and say, because we lying to ourselves, but
Hmm.
you're demanding your husband to come home and be honest about the woman who you're talking to. No,
Yeah,
he's not going to be honest with you
I'm not going
because
to be honest.
you're not honest with
Being
yourself.
honest. You're not being honest with yourself, so why should he be honest?
Exactly. Your child come and tell you something, and you telling your child she lying because you don't want to accept her truth.
Yeah, or he
Her
lied
honesty.
because these men touch boys too. So,
Ex-
yep.
When I tell you this topic does grind my nerves because I've experienced that. And hopefully one day I'll be able to say the person name and we could get something done.
Done
But
right.
because I'm not protecting them, but it's hard because I know the backlash that could come from it.
Right.
Because once you be honest about
Yeah.
something, people tend to judge you. They
Judge
tend to
you.
see it as and make you feel embarrassed because that was your experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and your truth might not sound the way how they wanted to sound, so they're not willing to accept that.
Yeah.
But we need to stop protecting these damn sexual predators and speak on it. And we need
Yes.
to start by being honest with ourselves. Be honest that, hey, I know I'm not perfect, but I try my best. I honestly try my best. You know, and these are the
We're
things that
trying our best. And
one day hopefully I'll be
people,
brave enough to call the person name.
don't worry. When the time is right, it's gonna
Yes.
happen.
Yeah.
When the timing is right.
And it's so easy, like when it comes to honesty and stuff, a lot of us don't like to be honest because we know there's consequences and we try to avoid that.
Mm-hmm. Not me. I don't got time for consequences. Come on, consequence. I'll take you in my handbag. I don't got time for you. That's me. That is how I've been dealing with my whole entire life since I came here. I'm gonna deal with the consequence. I own up to if I'm wrong about something. If I hurt you in such a way, like, all right, for instance, it had this one time. I call her my cousin. She's not related to me in no form, shape, or anything.
Mm-hmm.
We went to a boat ride. This who's the guy? Oh, DJ Young Chow had this boat ride called Maxi Dresses. Anyway, we go to the boat ride. I tell her, I say, hey, I'm gonna go get a hookah. She said, no, I brought you out. I'm gonna get you the hookah. I said, okay. She buy. So we there. I'm there. She doesn't smoke the hookah. I'm smoking it. This guy comes up. He starts talking. So I'm looking at him like, who the heck is you? Takes up one of our hookah nibs, puts it on the hookah, starts smoking. So she looking at me, I'm looking at her. She like, you know him? I said, no. The girl got mad because she thought that I'm encouraging him because he's standing there talking. I'm there in shock, like, he finally walks away. When we get in the car, the boat ride is over. We get in the car. She's like, you know, I could tell you something. I was like, yeah, why? What happened? She's like, you know, I was pissed about this guy who was smoking our hookah. I was like, I thought you knew him. She didn't know him. I didn't know him. She said, the next time I see somebody smoke anything or drink any bottle that we have, we gonna fight. I said to her, I said, no, we don't have to do that.
True.
You know, we don't have to do that. And it's just to show you how people she was being honest to me on her feelings, how she felt. She like if I knew this person and I didn't tell her, I didn't even know the man. From a kind of knew nothing. I first time in my life I'm seeing him. Don't know him, but he just saw us and just came straight there. And I'm standing here like looking at him like, who the heck is this
you
person?
think you knew this person the whole time.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know who he was. Had no clue.
A lot of people are scared of consequences when it comes to being honest. They feel like, oh, well, if I be honest, simple thing. You want something. You want something from somebody. Instead of you go and tell the person the truth, like, hey, you know, well, and I need this, or I just need a little help, whatever the case is. Some people cannot just honestly go and do that. They have to go and create a story.
Yes.
Come up with that around the corner. By the time you don't reach 25 miles away from your house because the story is so long.
Yeah.
Sometimes I know that is just a whole bunch of bullshit because they think that that's the route that they have to go to. They have to be dishonest to get what they want because they feel that if they was honest, the consequence might be no.
Yes.
So if I
And you
lie
want
and
to
give you
say
a
no.
sad story, you might quicker say yes. You know,
Exactly.
and to me
And
that's
that's in every life, in relationships with whomever, man, woman. It's
mm-hmm,
relationships with parents and children, relationships with everybody.
mm-hmm.
The family, most of all, family. You know.
What about the ones who when you call them out on the bullshit? Sorry
Oh,
for the
please.
attack. When you call them out and then you being honest with them and you're like, okay, well, I found out this and I want you to be honest with me about that. And then they turn around and blame you.
Yeah.
Play the blame game.
Yep.
And it's like,
It has those.
what the
It
hell?
has
Like,
those.
you know? So I just
You
think
can
that the word honesty, we don't really know what it means. I
mm,
think we just create what that means for us and we just move with it.
yeah.
You know, some people want to attach honesty with integrity. Some people want to attach honesty with character. Some people want to attach honesty with the way how they live.
Mm-hmm.
Or some people want to attach honesty to being blunt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So everybody have their own meaning, but we need to figure out what the meaning of honesty is. I mean, I do my little research, of course, of course, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And the meaning of honesty is uprightness of character.
Right.
It's the way how you live. It's the way how you be honest with yourself.
So, mm-hmm.
It's the way how you are honest with your life. And having the integrity to do it onto other people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what honesty is. It always begins with you.
You.
If you cannot be honest with yourself, you
They
cannot
can be
ask anybody to be honest with
honest with
you.
you. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's like you don't have 500 and you know your friend don't have 500, but you're going and ask your friend for 500,
500,
knowing
yeah.
your friend don't have the 500 to give to you. You know what I mean? We get some comments here. Danielle Wilson said, people want honesty, but they want to be honest with you. But when you give it back, they have a huge problem. Of course.
Huge problem. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Of course.
That
Because
is right.
they want to be honest with you. They want to tell you how they feel because that's their honesty. How they feel,
Mm-hmm.
that's their honesty. But the moment you decide to be honest with them, oh
Because
Lord, they're
it's
in
you.
the chest.
Oh yeah. It's all kinds of stuff about you. You this, you that, you mm-hmm.
The chest hurting. They can't
Yeah.
handle it.
Yep.
In the
You're
chest.
attacking them.
You understand? That's the hypocrisy I find. I can't deal with. And as you get older, you grow and you want different things for yourself. And honesty
Yeah.
should be one of them. You know, everybody running on money. Yeah, money is there, but honesty should be one of the things you should
Yeah,
want
yeah.
for yourself. You should
Exactly.
say, the truth is a hard pill to swallow. It is the biggest pill to swallow.
It is.
Sometimes that pill is just stick in your mouth. It can't go down your throat because it's so hard to deal with the truth. But you had to chop it up and swallow it. Put it in your food. They say put it in your pipe and smoke
Put it in
it.
a pipe and smoke it.
But you have to deal with the truth. You really have to deal with the truth. And then this one. To be honest, to me, honesty is looking within and directing your life course according to the laws of the universe. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's oh god, I didn't want to talk about this, but mommy since I type it, let me see. Because a little hold on the chest because this might hurt. Yeah, it is the law of the universe, and in Christianity, the laws of the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us, and I'm not Christian, and that's me being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, and I was raised this way, and this is what works for me. I don't judge anybody else's faith, but just observing, a lot of people tend to hold their scriptures so close to them, but then their lifestyle represents something
Something
different.
else. Uh-huh.
You're lying to yourself.
Yes. Wait, let me get that shake. Hold on.
I tell her that this one people be in the
I
church.
have my instrument to give them a shake. Yes.
She take it to church. She took
Take
it
it
to
straight
church.
to
You cannot do the two. Reason why I choose to not follow any religion and just be because my life and anybody who have been around me know that I'm genuinely this person. I
Yes.
genuinely have this presence within me. I genuinely have love. I genuinely give love. You feel it just being around me. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
to talk to you being around me. You
You're gonna
know
get
that
it.
this is how I live.
Yes.
My life represents who I am. I don't have to read scriptures to you. I don't have to preach to you because
Mm-hmm.
I'm absolutely honest with myself and everybody else around me, and they feel that. But you
Right.
cannot be preaching, but then you're being nasty with the things that you're saying. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot praise God and then at the same time want your enemy's downfall.
Yeah.
Can't do it. You have to wish them good and let God do his
Let
work.
it go. Yeah.
Because that's
Yep.
lying to yourself. You can't want good, but then want bad for somebody else.
Yep.
I tell her again on the chest. I was trying to avoid it, but mommy bring it. So yes, it's life course, it's directing your life course according to the laws of the universe or the laws of the Bible or the laws of God.
Yes.
Whatever suits you, that's how you have to represent yourself. Be in that. Not saying that if you're in the Bible, I look back and I'll come to you, you ain't good. No,
Going
you're
to
a
you.
human at the same time. But it's the way
Mm-hmm.
you treat people, the way how you make people feel, how your life is. When people
Yeah.
come around you, what is your presence?
Presence. Yeah.
Is your presence that of love? Is your presence that of honesty? Is your presence
Yeah.
that of caring?
Yeah.
And you can still get in a little back and laugh and carry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you cannot praise God and ask for blessings and for your life to be good while you're praying for the downfall of
Don't fall
somebody
for
else.
somebody else. Yeah.
It don't work. That's being
Yeah.
dishonest. Oh God, I let him hear my feelings. I didn't want to talk about it, but hey, it come up.
We in church, girl.
It's come up. But
We are church.
yeah, Chalian got this shake. You know, she shake it up. She started.
I gotta get my
That's
time free, you know. Next time we're gonna go straight to church.
that's
Ah,
a real life situation, you know. So many of us
yes.
claim Christianity. So many of us claim we love God and we follow Jesus and all these different things. But some people, I have experienced some of the nastiest Christians I've ever met in my life. And I
Let
was
me
so
tell you.
shocked, like, how could you?
As you
But
say
then
now,
I have to be
yeah.
real and be like, this person isn't honest with themselves and who they are. And they
Exactly.
pretend behind these words. There's
Mm-hmm.
some people who actually live those words,
Yes.
you know, and you feel it around them.
Yes. And you know what's funny? I went through a situation not even too long ago, probably like about 3 weeks ago. So the church that we go to, you know, me, if you know me, you know I'm not into this touchy feely nonsense. I don't know you, don't touch me. That's me. I come to church, I wave at you this way, bye, carry on. Okay. We got home from church and my husband got a phone call saying, "Oh, I heard people in the church saying that your wife is she acts, we don't say stosha, say acting stushy, right?"
Mhm.
So his expression was like, "What?" The lady don't want to tell him who said it. So I'm like, she said that shit because she tried to touch me and I pulled away. Lady, I don't know you. I'm
Mhm.
not your friend. If you and him is friends and you all say hee hee ha ha, that's not my thing. Do not
Exactly.
do. People hide behind this church thing with God. Oh, I am so holier than thou, and I am this. But then your actions is not of God.
Exactly.
How are you not being honest?
Exactly.
I'm not. You think the pastor don't drink liquor? You think the pastor don't have liquor at his house?
And that's nothing's
He is.
wrong with that.
Nothing is wrong with it. He is a human being just like everybody else.
Exactly.
He has to live his life. He has to socialize. He has to do everything else. But you sit in there and say that I can touch in church because I don't
Exactly.
want you to touch me. I don't know you.
Exactly.
Since I knew when we were small, we grew up like this going to church,
Mhm.
right? You don't anybody give you anything, you don't take it directly from them, let it rest it down. That's how we grew up. Even
Yeah.
if it's money, whatever, don't let people touch you a certain way. Because people want to do you evil, they're gonna come to
Uh-huh.
you in a certain way. They're gonna come to you those ways. Because I'm not receptive of that. You're not gonna
And
come to me.
that too shows how people are not honest because they
You're
know
not honest.
their intention towards you.
Yeah, hiding behind the Bible, like if it's the Pledge of Allegiance, you're hiding behind it, and then you wanna hee ha ha when they see me, hi, how you doing? Don't hi hee ha me.
Well, tonight we have discovered that even though the saying say honesty is the best policy, most times we do not live by that.
Nope. People
Some of
don't.
us use honesty, we find honesty and make it into what we wanted to believe to be
Yes.
honesty and not the actual meaning of what honesty is. We do it for manipulation purposes. We do it for all different reasons to avoid, we're not honest for a lot of different reasons, but we just attach whatever we feel honesty should be to it. And that's how somebody should accept that.
Accept it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of us. So honesty, sometimes it is the best policy, and sometimes it isn't. To protect yourself, to protect your family, to protect your home, because a lot of people don't deserve to know your story or your
Exactly.
journey or
Nope.
what's going on in your life.
Your life.
So
Mm-hmm. They
yes,
don't.
I do say lie. If somebody you don't know that's asking you about your business, lie to them if you don't feel comfortable talking to them. Lie.
Exactly.
We should
Yeah.
we should make that normalize that if you don't
Yeah.
feel comfortable talking to somebody about yourself, you don't have to be
You
honest.
don't have to. Yeah. You don't have to tell anybody anything. You don't have to be,
Exactly.
especially if it's not somebody that you're married to. I mean, certain things you're gonna keep to yourself, but other people don't need to know nothing about what's going on in your life. They don't need to know what time you shower, what time you get up. They don't need to
Exactly.
know nothing.
Exactly. And we have to start, even if you choose not to be honest with somebody who you don't feel comfortable sharing your business with or sharing yourself with, because that's another thing too, sharing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be honest with that, but please do not avoid being honest with yourself first.
Yes.
Do not avoid being honest with yourself. It's a tough, like Danielle said, it's a tough pill to swallow. But you
Mm-hmm.
you do, regardless of if you're telling a white lie or not, be honest with yourself that you tell it.
Yourself. Yeah.
Like, go back in the back like,
Yeah.
she just lied. Be honest with yourself about it. And that's all. A lot of these things stem from our homes. I remember one time I lied to my mom. Well, not one time. I lied to my mother a couple times. Well, but as I get older, I think the last time I lied to my mom I was probably about 13 or 14. And that
Mm.
was the last dread lie I ever gave. And then I realized, like, I don't need to lie to her anymore. I can tell her.
Exactly.
I never had to run away from home. I never had to hide boys. I never had to do any of these things because I realized that honesty with her is something that she cherished. And also, we had better communication by being honest with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized I felt good by being honest as well. But
Exactly.
that's my mom. With
And
other
that's how
people,
it's
I would
supposed
be
to
very
be.
skeptical about it.
Some people you can't go to some parents and be honest with them. It's like, why you want to do that? Why you doing this? It's like they question everything that you want to do.
Exactly.
Like, hey, it's not your life, it's mine. Chill the heck out.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
I'm not saying that in this case. I'm just saying
Yeah.
we'll take this one. You know,
Don't make me laugh, Gil. Don't make me laugh here tonight.
but yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it starts with our home too. If you have a parent who cherishes honesty. Like my mom was very honest with me before I even understood what honesty meant.
Mm-hmm.
She was very, very brutally honest with me. So I know she cherished honesty. And when I did lie, she knew I was lying, so she would whip my behind. But you know,
Yeah.
she cherished it. So it starts from the home. Parents,
Yeah.
you make a mistake, it's fine. Especially even if you have adult children. To this day, me and mommy, we have our conversation. Sorry, mommy, I'm putting your business out there, but I just need to explain something here.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a conversation with my mom, and I had to be honest with her and be like, "Hey, ma, I understand you're my mother, but you're also a person. And I know you as my mother, but I
Mm-hmm.
want to know you as a person as well."
Yeah.
And she was able to be honest with me and say, "Oh, wow. All right, let me open up and tell you some things that I did that I may not be proud of or that I am proud of."
Mm-hmm.
So, parents, you need to start being honest because at the end of the day, yes, you have children, but these children are humans. They are
Yep.
individuals, they are little individuals. Teach
Mm-hmm.
them to be honest by you being honest with them and understanding their feelings and understanding what honesty means to them.
Yes.
And that's how we change things one by one.
Yes.
So, yeah, I was in my chest there a little bit. Anybody want to share any last sentiments with us? Danielle says, some people are lying to themselves, so how can they be honest? Exactly. A lot of people walking around lying to themselves.
Lying.
Lots
Mm-hmm.
of people. I ain't even. And like, for instance, I didn't want to say this, but I will say it. Some of us live in communities where we pretend as soon as we leave we house, we pretending to be somebody else.
Yeah. Why?
But we know we all live in a community and we know your life.
Mm-hmm.
We see your life, but every time you step outside, you acting like you can't
You
match
is
none.
a
We
whole,
see you. Stop lying to
a
yourself.
whole different person.
Stop lying to yourself. We see you. We see
Yeah.
you. Bro. Just be yourself, and people will respect you for that. But people
Exactly.
wouldn't respect you if they see that you keep on pretending and you lying to yourself. We're not gonna believe it because we know it's a lie. Oh God, Ali. I tell Ali it was gonna get spicy in your
Mm-hmm.
chest. My honesty is to me living my full potential. At the end of it, my creator is the one that I live to please. I'm not beholden to no man and don't give two shits what people think of me. That's
Yep.
true.
Yep.
That's true. Brent said, integrity is telling myself the truth. Exactly. And honesty is telling the truth to other people. Exactly. I agree. Danielle, some parents withhold honesty so that their kids can make their own choices too. I've seen that on several occasions. I
Mm-hmm.
understand that. But then at the same time, if you want to have that relationship with your children, you just have to be honest. It doesn't mean that being honest doesn't mean um, if the child is aware of a situation that happened as when they were younger and they bring it up as an adult and you try to dismiss them, that honesty, no, that's being dishonest. But if the child is aware of the situation and they brought it up to you as an adult, don't withhold the information. Just share it with them. They will understand, and
Yeah.
they will see that you cherish them and respect them because honesty is also a level of respect that you have for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God, this was a nice topic. We went over 3
Yeah,
minutes.
it was. It
It
very
really was
much
a
was.
nice topic. Yeah. So guys, honesty sometimes could be the best policy in certain situations and with certain people, but sometimes it is not beneficial to
Yeah.
be completely honest.
Yep, it
Hide
isn't.
your shoes and get a little white lies.
Yeah, we know. We know
Because
about
listen, I ain't
issues.
gonna lie. So I bought a Dior boot. The Dior boot is the Dior boot is very expensive. I
Mm-hmm.
hide that boot in the back of a space underneath. I know he ain't going there, so until one day it come out, he's like, "Wait, what is this big box?" I was like, "Oh, I just, I just bought something. Let me see what's that. Look at this." So yeah, sometimes when you want your shoes, hey, sneak it
Buy
in,
shoes.
buy your shoes, treat yourself,
No,
but at the same time, come out and be honest.
In my case, when you want your earrings, buy your earrings. See it?
Exactly.
Get into it, ladies. Get into it.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us and being with us. I hope you had as much fun as we did, because I know I sure
Yes.
did. I know a lot of people probably going to be in their chest when they listen to this, but I don't care because I'm speaking the truth.
Yes.
So, like I said, honesty
It's
is
the
Isabella's
best
policy at
policy.
times, but not all times it is
Mhm.
necessary. So, ladies and gentlemen, Shelly, thank you for coming again.
You're welcome.
And guys, be
Guys,
prepared
for
for next.
having us, having me.
Yay! All right, see you
Night,
guys later.
everyone.
Bye.